Hi guys, welcome to Simplifying Tech and Programming. So in today's session we are going to check how we can upgrade or migrate Elasticsearch to 8.x. Your earlier version of Elasticsearch is running on 6.x or 7.x, majorly 7.x, and that version is vulnerable in your organization, and you want to upgrade it to latest version of Elasticsearch. But there are lots of things we need to take care, so that that upgrade should not have any downtime or should not have any issues while deployment. So that cases we are going to check in this tutorial. So if you talk about new features in Elastic 8.x or in Elastic latest version of Elastic, so there are lots of improvement across the Elastic stack, from modern NLP to a fresh modern look into Kibana to improve the resource consumption and search performance. So you can have all this performance and consumption related changes you can see into 8.x version. So upgrading to the large system without causing any downtime is a challenging one, but the Elastic has provided the upgrade assistance. In that, you are getting to know that this index having this issue, or while upgrading it has the backward compatibility or something is deprecated. So that upgrade assistant will tell you from the Kibana. Okay. So in 8.4 it get reduced metric storage into synthetic source, and it's using machine learning to better explain the log rate spikes, and it schedule the alerts, snoozes for the noise reduction, and many more new features are there. So in this session, so we are going to check what are points we can consider while upgrading or migrating to new version of Elasticsearch. So we are going to migrate from 7.x to 8.x. Specifically today we are going to check 7.17 to 8.4, that is the latest version released in I think 2022. Okay, so upgrading to 8.x, so we are going to check these points. So what is the new in 8.4? That summary we have already checked. Then what is the JDK compatibility with 8.x stack? So it's a major version change. From 7 to 8 will be the major version change. Then what are the breaking changes, means what is the deprecated, what are the things which are not continued in the newer version, or what is the replacement for that API into newer version of Elastic Stack. Then 8.0 upgrade assistance and reindexing of older indices. So after migrating, so we need to reindex, or we need to create the index again, and we need to reindex the older data. Then installation of 8.x Elastic Stack, and then backing up your data. So how we can take the backup. Okay. So upgrading from 7.x to upgrade 8.4.0 from 7.16 or 17 in earlier version. So you might need to upgrade to 7.17, because in 7.17 there is upgrade assistance. Okay, so which will tell you that currently what type of the API changes are there in your current indexes. So it will analyze your indices, and it will tell the report that you need to identify and resolve some issues in order to reindex the indices. Okay, so that 7.17 will tell you. Also another thing is, if you want to upgrade without any downtime, so suppose you have multi-cluster environment and you don't want downtime into the production. So for that, you need to first upgrade to 7.17, and then you have to go for 8.x or 8.4. okay, then yeah, so then perform the rolling upgrade. You need to must resolve the critical issues before proceeding to the upgrade. So this is about step by step we are going to migrate from a lower version, then higher version. Okay, so FIPS compliance and Java 17. So FIPS is security standards, and according to that standards, so this Elastic Stack is compatibility added. So in Elastic 8.4 it requires Java 17 or later, so this is important. So I will show you the a matrix but this is important that for latest version of Elasticsearch, latest version of Java should be required. There is not yet FIPS certified security module for Java 17 that you can use when running the Elasticsearch 8.4.0. If you run the FIPS 140 mode, you will either need to request an exception from the security organization to upgrade to Elasticsearch 8.4.0 or remain into the Elasticsearch 7.x until Java 7 is certified. Okay, so they are telling that Java 7 is not FIPS compatible, but in Elastic 8.4 they are trying to make it FIPS compatibility. Okay, so if you see the Java roadmap, then so for latest version of Elastic, we are looking for the latest version of Java also. So in Java also there are lots of versions available after 1.8. So but there are some long-term service available and without long-term service available. Okay, so in 8 version, so there is a LTS available, long-term service. So you can see till December 2030 that service is available, but after 8 there are lots of non LTS, and 11 is LTS, but after 11 there is a direct 17 is a long time service, so that is till September 29. Use Java 17 in order to according to this Oracle roadmap. Okay, then support matrix. So if you see this support matrix, so I have opened here. So here, like you can see Elasticsearch and JVM compatibilities. So you can see these are versions of Elasticsearch. This is 6.4 and this is like 1.8. So 1.8 is there till 7.17. After 7.17, so it is a major version upgrade. So they only supported latest version of Java, that is a Java 17 and 18. So this is the Java 17 and this is Java 18. Okay, so like after all version of 8.x will be supporting only on Java 17. Okay, here you can check this support matrix. So various operating system, suppose you want to install it in a particular Linux based operating system or a Docker image, then you need to like check this compatibility matrix. So that link is provided into video description also and in the blog also. Yeah, and what is new in Elasticsearch? So this is our second point. So these are some new enhancement in 8.4. So in 8.4, get reduced metric storage with synthetic source. So our storage will be reduced by using this synthetic source. Then implement similarity search with the KNN in underscore search. So by using underscore search, so if you want to search the similar data, then they have provided upgraded API. Okay, so use machine learning. So in the latest version, so they are using machine learning in order to better explain the log rate, spikes, schedule, alerts and snooze for the run. Okay, so these like in enterprise search, so these are like vector based querying, searching, analyzing data sets they have provided. So you can read these blogs, and they have added more security by using that security standards of like US government. Okay, so these are like new features. Then index compatibility. Okay, so Elasticsearch has full query and write support for the index created in the previous major version. If you have to if you have indices created in 6.x or earlier, you might need to archive functionality. Okay, so what is archive functionality? So you just need to like it is a part of like a reindexing, you can say, or you can store it into somewhere that index data to import them into newer version of Elasticsearch. So we don't want to use this in this tutorial, so we are using one plugin or we are using one tool in order to archive your data. So that I will tell you later. So you must reindex or delete them before upgrading. Okay, then Elasticsearch nodes will fail to start incompatible at present, so we need to use upgrade assistance of 7.17. then upgrade assistance. So before going for upgrade assistance, we need Kibana. So we need to go to stack management. So let's go to our current version of Elasticsearch. So I have this current version, that is 7.17 running in my local machine. So we need to start it. So go to Elastic bin folder, then go to CMD and then just type Elasticsearch .bat, enter. So usage of Java home is deprecated, use es_java_home. So what it means, so in Elasticsearch they are providing their own JDK. So Elastic already taken care of all JDK it requires for the installation, so they have their own JDK. So I think in 7.17 let's check the JDK version. So go to this release file and open into Notepad++. So you can see the version, Java version is 17. Okay, so for 7.17 they are using 17 version of Java. If you want to install the Java 17 from Oracle, then just you can check my earlier videos where I have mentioned like how we can install the Java 18 also. Okay, so our Elasticsearch is starting. Meanwhile, like we can discuss this. Okay, breaking changes means the API which are not compatible in newer version with the older data. Okay, so following changes in the 8.0 might affect your application and prevent them from the operating normally. Okay, so before upgrading, you review those changes and describe in the steps to mitigate the impact, and more details on the below link. Okay, so we will see. Okay, what is new and improved version in Elasticsearch? So that also we will see. Okay, so while migrating to 8.0, so there are some breaking changes. So following changes might impact your application or prevent them from operate normally. Okay, so before 8.0, so you can review this. So cluster and node setting changes. So these are changes like for example, you are no longer set XPath searchable to non-frozen node. Here it is telling that direct access of system indices are deprecated, so you cannot do cat indices. So if you want to see the number of indices in the Elastic, so by using cat command you can see the data, but that is like prohibited now. So these are things which required to this is like specific to your application, where like which APIs or which keywords you are using in your configuration part. Okay, so these are like breaking changes which might be like important while upgrading. So what's new in 8.4? So speed up filters, range and date histogram aggregations. Okay, so this will speed up a few aggregations when they don't have child aggregation. Okay, so then that's super common. For example, histogram and Kibana's discovery tab, the child aggregation, in order to particular aggregation speed up by 85%. So for while doing aggregation of data by using like filters, we are using range filters or we are using date histogram filters in Kibana in order to like aggregate your functions or aggregate your data. So that might get speed up by 85%. So that is meaning by that. The minimum condition for rollover API ILM actions. Okay, rollover API changes they have added into new version. Okay, indefinite and adaptive retries and transform. Okay, so adaptive retries that is available into 8.4. Okay, so like this, like this is like API level changes in 8.4. Now coming back, so index backup and reindexing. So here suppose like you want to upgrade from 7.x to 8.x. Now in 7.x you already have the different indices that you need to migrate to 8.x. So how to do that? So that we are going to see after like running this application. Okay, so our Elasticsearch is started on port 9200. It is saying it is started. So let's verify it. So go here and say localhost 9200. Yeah, so you can see our cluster Elasticsearch is started with version number 7.17. Okay, so this is 7.17. Now let's start the Kibana also. So in order to visualize our data. Okay, so go here, cmd Kibana. Okay, so our Kibana server is running on 5601 port. So let's verify that. So go here 1601. Okay, so we can go to DevTools first. Okay, so here git cat indices. Okay, so now I have this index that I have previously created. Okay, so just paste it here. So you can see for demo purpose, like we have like 5 records into my index name is like this coaching class IDX. Inside that I have 5 records. Okay, these are 5 records. So now we want to like copy this data to upgraded version of Elasticsearch, okay, without changing anything. Okay, so this is this. Now as per our documentation, what it is say that it is saying that we need to have the upgrade assistance. So upgrade assistance helps to prepare to upgrade to next major version. So to go stack management and upgrade assistance, so into 7.17 only, okay, not in 8 version. So now go to stack management. Okay, now go to upgrade assistance. So this upgrade assistance will be available into this version only, or 7.x only. Okay, so go here. So it is saying that review the deprecated thing. Okay, so now it is saying that this one is critical. Okay, so go here. Security features are enabled by default for all the license version 8.0 or later. So it is telling that this is whatever the index we have created, this is like we have created in non-secured way. So in 8.x everywhere the security parameters are there. Okay, so xpack security, we need to enable the security in 8.x version. So that is the add-on. So xpack security enabled to false. So currently we have like a false. So for testing only, so we can keep as a false only, but in the real time, like you need, if you have that CSert and xpack security enabled, then you need to make it as a true. Okay. Okay, so disk watermark cannot be treated as a single node cluster differently version 8.0 or later. This is fine, this is warning. Okay, so now you have to fix these critical things like this. The Elasticsearch deprecation issues, resolve all critical issues before upgrading. So you need to resolve this and then you have to go for the upgraded version. Okay, so now I want to see this index patterns. Go to index management. So we have this index coaching class IDX. So this is having like 5 documents. Okay, so now we want to like export it, and we want to migrate it to the latest version of Elasticsearch. So for that, what we can do, so here like we are doing this we have to take the backup of that index. Okay, so I'm using this tool in order to export this Elasticsearch index. So we are using this ElasticSearch dump tool. So copy this, go here. You need to install it by using this npm command, and you need to run it. So like this we have to run it. So we need to provide the input and output, so in order to take the backup of your index. So for using this npm command, so you just need to install the node.js. So I have node.js already installed. Let me show you node.js. So this is the node.js. You can install the node.js, and then you can run this command in the Windows command line, that is npm install. After that, just you have to like run this command into the command line. So go to command line, c:/tools. Okay, so now we have to run one command. So that I already listed what is this, and yeah, so we have this command. What it is doing, I will tell you. So go to here. So what it is doing, so it is saying input take from this index and output as a ES exported JSON. Okay, so what it is doing, so it is already completed. So it has like so we have 5 documents, right? So send 5 objects to the destination file. So let's verify if it is created. So go to C tools and verify if these 5 documents are exported or not. Okay, so go to tools. So we have the JSON. Just go here, edit with notepad. So you can see these are 5 records available which is exported, which is having like this class name, course name, right? So these are all exported as a JSON. So this is this is how like we have taken the backup of existing index. Okay, so now what we have to do, so now install the latest version of Elasticsearch and Kibana, and then we have to like import it again, or we have to reindex it again. So suppose like if you have multi-cluster environment, like you have different set of machines connected to the network, then like you can do the direct reindexing. In our case, we are using this ElasticDump tool in order to take the backup and then import into new version of Elasticsearch. Okay, so now our next step is like downloading and installing Elasticsearch 8.4. So for this you have to go to this download and just need to download the latest version of Elasticsearch. So currently we have like this 8.4.0, which is the latest version. So download Elasticsearch and let's say download the Windows version. Okay, so I have already downloaded the Elasticsearch Windows version, that is 8.4. just need to extract it. So I will say extract it here. Now same things apply. So we need to download the Kibana also. So for that, go here, same thing, like we have 8.4.0. so in ELK stack we have Kibana, Elasticsearch and Logstash. Okay, so download this Windows version of Kibana. So we have already downloaded, so just need to extract it. So we have extracted Elasticsearch 8.4.0. so now the thing is we need, so as I mentioned, so this is like a fully secured version, so we need to run it on HTTPS port. So in this case, like we have to edit the YML file. So go to config and elasticsearch.yml and we need to disable the XPath securities and all securities part. So just need to false all security mechanisms, because in the current testing environment, our local testing environment, so we are not using any certificate, so that's why we are making this as a false. Okay, so this is my cluster name. Then we just need to provide one host name in order to identify. So I am providing here my channel name, simplifying tag. Okay, and then I just provide the path data and path logs where it will create the logs. So I will provide here C tools. Okay, so these are few minor changes we have to do into elasticsearch.yml file. Basically we need to disable the authentication SSL part. Okay, so now these settings are done, so just we need to start this. Okay, so it is started. Let's verify it. Go to this, let's say localhost 9200. Yeah, so we have, it is started. So we have given cluster name as a channel name, so that is simplifying tag, it is coming here. Then the version number is 8.4.0. so we are using latest version of Elasticsearch, that is coming here. Lucene version is this, and then we have minimum wire compatibility, so you can ignore this for now. So now let's start the Kibana also. Okay, so our Kibana is loading. Okay, so HTTP server running at port 5061. So yeah, so it is coming to this. Select your space by default. So this is the 8.4 version of Kibana. Okay, so we can check here. Yes, it's a 8.4.0. Okay, so it is telling it is a dashboard. So let's go to DevTools. Now check if this get cat indices is working. So yeah, so it is not working. So it is saying 200, but it is not giving any output. It is not listing this. So this is the deprecated now. For example, like this, there are many things which are breaking. So that we need to like take care of. Okay, so now this coaching class index, so it should not be present. So index not found here because we haven't imported that index into this new version of Elasticsearch. Okay, so for that what we have to do, so we have to go to, again we have to use either we have to reindex it. So if you have multi-cluster environment, then you can directly put source and destination, because current in our scenario we have only one machine, so like we are doing in another way. Okay, so what is the another way? So we are using this index backup and re-indexing part using ElasticDump. Okay, so go to command line and just copy this. Okay, so what it is doing, this was the this is the output. So you can see this output is like localhost coaching class index. Okay, so what it means, like it should read this JSON and it should write into this Elasticsearch localhost n200. Okay, so he's saying like got 5 objects from the source file and sent 5 objects to the destination, means our import is completed. So this is for import command. Okay, so how we can check this? So go to Elasticsearch. So see, this command line number 1 is giving index not found, but now it should give the, it should have created the index by using that import command. Yeah, so you can see we got the 5 records, and yeah, so all the data present into Elastic 7.x, so that is now imported into Elastic 8.4. So this way, like we can copy our all indexes or indices into this new version of Elasticsearch. So we have seen as a conclusion, we have seen the different aspects of attributes involved into the upgrade of Elastic Stack to 8.x from 7.x from the, and along with the installation and configuration of new version of Elasticsearch. Okay, so this way like we can upgrade the Elasticsearch, and in the subsequent session, so we are exploring more concept about Elasticsearch. So stay tuned for that. So thanks a lot for watching.